Hey everybody, it's Theresa here, and welcome back to our kids album project. And today I am hopping into Addison's album and doing a layout about our Christmas from last year, from 2019. I am elbows deep into the Hey Santa collection from Crate Paper, and you can see I've already just been working here with the collection. I had it all laid out and was just getting a feel for the pages and the icons and the die cuts and some of the finishes and things like that, and trying to decide what kind of layout I wanted to do for this story. And so what I ended up deciding is that I wanted to take this red pattern paper with the white dashes on it. That's going to be my background paper. And then I took this other little pink hexagon paper and punched all of the hexagons out of it that I could. And that's going to be the piece together background that I'm going to do. And so then I decided that I would stitch twine on some of those hexagons. What you saw me just sliding out of the way was actually the start of this layout. I was originally going to use the little oval Santas in this collection, and then I just decided for some reason that I wasn't feeling that. And so this is what ended up working out for this page. And so you can see here I have two photos from Christmas Day. We were opening presents, and so of course I printed out a photo of Addison opening his gifts, and I also printed out a photo of the four kids together that I always take on Christmas morning. And I've just printed those at about 3 1/4 by 4, and so I'm going to put those, as you can see, on the lower right hand corner of the page, and then I'm going to adhere these happy little hexagons as my background. And so the reason I adhered the photos down first was so that I didn't have to use the hexagons underneath the photos, right? Because I didn't need to fill that space in under the photo. But I popped the photos up with foam tape so that I could tuck some of them underneath. And that way the photos are a part of the background, but they also stand up on their own as well. And then what I found happened with the hexagons that I had stitched on, that they actually stood up a little bit on the page as well. So it adds a nice bit of dimension onto the page. And you can stitch as many of the hexagons as you would like. If you wanted to stitch all of them, that would be fun. I don't have the hand strength to be able to do that. But I did stitch 3 of them, and I just stitched some of the little bars. I just ran the twine out from the center, sort of like a little pie chart. And I just did 3, and so I placed those randomly as I was adhering those hexagons down. And then I'm going to add just some happy little embellishments to those hexagons. But first I thought I would try to figure out what my title was going to be. At first I thought I would use this little vellum title piece, which is really, really cute. But I had a struggle with trying to figure out how to adhere it in the middle of the page like that. And so I ended up scratching that idea. But what I decided then to do instead of worrying about the title just yet, I decided to cut apart these little banners, and I'm going to use those in between the photos there and just layer those so that they kind of stand out over on that side of the page. And that sort of gave me the idea to use some of the other tag die cuts over on the right hand side of the photo as embellishments. And I'll come back to that in a moment, but what I also then, just kind of skipping around the page and just kind of doing whatever I feel like doing here, I hop back over to these little hexagons. And so you can see that I'm like adding some of the stickers from the sticker book. And I'm also using some of the puffy stickers that were part of this collection as well. There were just some really cute little small embellishments, and it's kind of fun to come up with an excuse to use a bunch of those little embellishments. And then you also have some really cute little things to look at on the page when you see it finished. And I think that's part of the fun of doing this kind of page. And so yeah, I hope that you'll be inspired to try this out and just have some fun with your embellishments and get them used up. That's really what I want to see happen, and what I wanted to see happen here. This is my first layout with the Hey Santa collection. I just got it like last week, but coming in strong and using some things up is always a good feeling, right? And of course, this collection will be seen in my December daily this year. I am starting to think about December daily. I'm excited about that, and starting to plan how I want to structure my album this year. And so there's lots coming for that. And I also hope that you will pop over to the blog today, because I have a very important announcement for a new class that's coming up called In My Pocket Kids Volume 2. And so we're going to tackle the kids' albums and get some kids' scrapbook layouts done. And so you'll have lots more inspiration coming up if you are doing your own kids' albums and interested in learning some more about getting those completed. And so you can see here, I am working on my journaling. I just layered 2 little labels there to the right of the photo and wrote about our Christmas last year was really different and really cool. We threw open all the presents really fast, and then we jumped in the car and drove to Disney. And I think that that's probably one of the most magical Christmases we'll ever have. But it was fun to tell that story and include that in his album. And so then there you saw where I clipped the little banner tags just to get the little banner ends over on to that other, or really underneath that top photo. And I'm going to save the little tops of those tags. I'll save those for another little layout or another page somewhere. And that sort of helps that side of the page not feel like it's just sort of abandoned. So then I also wanted to add my official title here, I guess. And I'm going to use the peace, love, and joy words. It occurred to me after the fact that I used the word joy twice on the page, but that's okay. We'll have extra joy. And then watch me here. I'm going to stamp the wrong date. I stamped 12/25/20. And then I noticed it, and so then I just added another label sticker right back on top of it and stamped the right date. yeah, and that just made me feel like 2019 was forever and ever ago. So that completes my layout. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure again to check out the blog at larkindesigntm.com. I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.